Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, welcome and thanks for tuning in. Today's video is going to be on powders. I've gotten requests to do this video, so I'm going to be sharing with you guys my favorite all over setting powders. These are powders that I use to set my foundation, not my immediate under eye area. They're not light enough to do that, so these are the powders I just use to set my foundation and touch up most of the time. I have some really affordable ones on this list, not really affordable but drugstore brands on this list, and I have some high-end ones on this list as well. I'm going to go on ahead and start with the really affordable ones. So the two affordable powders that I have on my list are by a drugstore brand, and they're actually from the same brand. I've tried powders from different drugstore brands, but these two stand out for specific reasons. The two powders are from Maybelline. The first one is the Maybelline Clear Smooth All-in-One powder. This powder here is something that I think is not really available in the US and in Europe. I think that this is a product that Maybelline developed or created for people mostly in Africa and Asia. I have looked on the international Maybelline websites and I have not seen this, but then I have seen it on some Asian Maybelline websites, and then I know that you can find this in a lot of places here in Nigeria and in most places where Maybelline has a presence in Africa. The reason why I love this powder so much is that it is so finely milled and so soft. If you just take a little bit of it and rub it into the skin, it completely disappears. It doesn't disappear like a translucent powder would, but then it just has a very smooth feel to it, and it sets the face nicely and it keeps your face matte. I really like this. It comes in a packaging like this, so you get the powder on one side and then you get this little section here where the sponge that it comes with sits, but then I threw the sponge away like the minute I opened this powder. I think that depending on where you are, the packaging that you get with this differs in color. I think I've seen the same powder, but then the packaging is purple. In Nigeria and most African countries, I know that it looks pink. I am in the shade Caramel, and this is like a very good match for me. I know that Maybelline is in Ghana. I know that they recently launched in Kenya. I also know that they've been in South Africa for a while. I for one got this from the Maybelline store in Surulere, so you should check that place if you're interested in this. So the second powder that I have here is the Maybelline Fit Me Loose Finishing Powder, and I'm in the shade 35 Deep. This I'm actually not sure that you can get from Maybelline stores here in Nigeria. I don't think that this is available. I don't think that they sell this. I did not see this, but then if they have this here in Nigeria, then please correct me if I am wrong. I'm going to say the truth here. If it comes to choosing between these two, I would most definitely go for this one. However, I also like this one a lot as well. I'm in the shade Deep 35, and this is a very nice like all over setting powder. I just try as much as possible not to use too much at once. It is finely milled and it applies like most of my high-end like loose powders. One important thing that I would however say about this powder is to be really careful when you're buying it. Make sure that you at least swatch to confirm that the shade that you have is actually your shade. I personally believe that the powders look a lot darker than they apply. This is really lightweight and absorbs nicely into the skin, and it helps control oil as well. Okay, so the third powder that I have on my list is by Iman, and like I'm literally obsessed with this powder. I've used Iman products in the past, but then I never really tried their luxury press powder up until 2 weeks ago. Can you guys imagine? I really love this powder. It is so finely milled and so smooth. It gives your skin a very nice finish and it helps control oil. And to me, I feel like this is a perfect dupe for Black Ops 2-way cake that you guys see me use all the time. This is a lot more affordable, not as expensive as the Black Ops 2-way cake. So if you're in a budget and you don't really want to go out and get the Black Ops 2-way cake, guys, try this one. I'm in the shade Earth Medium. Iman is a brand that is really popular here in Nigeria, so you can get this from most like makeup retailers that sell original products. Moving on to the more expensive powders, the fourth powder that I have on my list is by Laura Mercier, and it is their translucent powder in medium deep. I actually didn't want to get this. I wanted to try one of the Laura Mercier powders, but I wanted it to be the white one, the one that you would use to set your immediate under eye area. I didn't want to try this one because I already knew from the reviews that I had seen online that this would not be ideal for setting my immediate under eye area. It would be too dark for me. But then I received it as part of PR, and then I tried it, and then I absolutely fell in love. The color that you get with this is the color that I love when it comes to like loose setting powders. This is like a perfect shade for me to set my foundation with, and I would rather go for this than I would the Maybelline loose the Maybelline Fit Me Loose Finishing Powder. And the only problem that I actually have with this, irrespective of the fact that I make it work, is the shade. It's because it has more yellow in it. It's a powder that has a very, very yellow undertone to it. The undertone that you get with this powder is more of like a neutral to red. So that's the reason why I love this. It literally dissolves into the skin and it is so smooth and it feels so luxurious. This sells for $35, which is really pricey when it comes to a powder. However, if you're someone that can afford this, I'll just say go for it. Just go for it. If you have the $35 to spend on this, check this powder out. It is really, really good. And because it's a translucent powder, I feel like anybody who is like even darker than me can get away with using this because it's a translucent powder, so it doesn't really have that much color payoff to it. The last powder that I have on my list is by Black Up, and it is their two-way cake in TW11. I have been using this powder like from the beginning of this channel. I've been using this powder a lot. I've always loved it. But the thing is that this powder is so freaking expensive. It is the most expensive powder that I have here. It is even more expensive than the Laura Mercier one. It sells for $39.50. So it is not a cheap powder. I was looking for an alternative to it around the time that I found the Iman Luxury Press powder, and in all honesty, I feel like they perform the same. So if you're someone who you like to collect powders and you like to try new things and you like to try something from Black Up, I would recommend that you try this. However, if you think that it's expensive, you don't necessarily need to get it. Try the Iman Luxury Press powder or try the Maybelline All-in-One Smooth powder. But then lastly, I have one extra powder to show you guys. It's not on my main list for a couple of reasons, and I'm going to tell you guys why. And that powder is MAC's Studio Fix powder. This is one of the first powders that I ever got. The coverage that you get with this powder is like one of the best that I have ever seen when it comes to like a powder. MAC even sells this sometimes as a powder foundation. I think it's a powder foundation. The thing I love about this is the kind of coverage that you can get with it, especially in situations where there is an emergency. I would recommend this powder in a situation whereby maybe let's say that you've used a foundation that is very, very sheer and you want to smooth things out, or you've used a foundation that is like sheer to medium coverage and you want to just give yourself more coverage, you can go in with this. However, I love this for the days when I am trying out a new foundation and I'm not really sure what to expect from it. So just in case the foundation starts separating or it starts running, I always have this with me because I know that it can save the day. The coverage that you get with this is amazing. This will help you even everything out and cover up any patches that you have. That's the amount of coverage that you get with this. And it's also like a very, very nice smooth powder. Like it mattifies the skin and it just kind of gives your face this airbrushed feel, because most of the foundations that I tend to use on here, they are already full coverage, so I don't really need this that much, but it's a really, really good powder. So these are my favorite all over setting powders. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please let me know what your favorites are because I haven't tried everything, and I know that some of you have used some really, really bombast powders that I probably I don't even know about. So please feel free to share with me what your favorites are in the comment section, but these are the ones that I really, really love. And please don't forget to check the description box for everything that I have mentioned. I always do this. I always list everything that I have used in a video or mentioned in a video in the description box, because people come on the comment section and they're asking me, what did you use? Like, the list is in the description box, so please don't forget to check it out. I hope you guys enjoy this video and I'll see you guys in my next one. Bye guys.